Welcome back to the channel. Today, you're wondering why we're sitting on the ground. That's because I want to show you two of my favorite new mods that I've done to my M2. First off, being that I vinyl wrapped the metal, I guess it's a radiator bracing right behind the grills inside of the bumper. I think this is a super nice, aggressive look. And then I also went around my car today and vinyl wrapped the blue on every single logo to be black in order to match my quote-unquote stormtrooper setup that I'm going for. And my God, does this thing look beautiful. So let's dive in and show you step by step how to do this on your very own BMW. This is something that can be done on just about any of them because it's not car specific, obviously. It's just a cheap cosmetic upgrade that you can do. If you're wondering about the vinyl for the grill, I paid like $10 for a 1x5 foot roll of vivid pure white gloss vinyl off of Amazon. And then for all the BMW badges, I ordered just a badge kit. It was like $15. And so now let's show you how to do it yourself on your very own car. It's super easy, super simple. Takes a little bit of time, a little bit of finesse, but it's worth it because it looks really good. For the badges themselves, the kit comes with everything to do the front logo, the back logo, all four of the center wheel caps, as well as the interior logo on your steering wheel and the engine cover too. Of course, you do want to go around and quick detail every single badge. This is a super important step because you don't want any contaminants on it. And there's also one more layer of prep that we'll get to slightly later. I do personally recommend that you take off not only your engine cover, but also all four of your wheel center caps as well, just to play it safe and to make sure that you lay down the vinyl precisely. If you go and get yourself a $1 Harbor Freight suction cup, I think they use it for glass. I really don't even know, but it fits perfectly to take your center caps off of your rims, and it makes the process effortless rather than actually taking the whole entire wheel off. But for now, let's start off with the center caps. You absolutely, after the fact, want to prep them with isopropyl alcohol. This will ensure that it is a perfectly crispy, clean surface and that you have no issues during installation. This is a super finicky and fidgety process. They give you a couple extra pieces just in case you mess up, but realistically, it's only one or two. And after the first one that, of course, I got wrong, I started to get the hang of it, and it became easier and easier as you go along throughout the car. Another thing I definitely recommend doing with your center wheel caps and all of the vinyl for that fact, after laying them down on the piece itself, is coming in with a heat gun, applying a light bit of heat to activate the vinyl's adhesive, and then giving them a little squeegee, whether you just have a glove on or an actual felt tipped squeegee itself. But this will ensure that the edges are laid down as tight as possible and that they won't peel up when you wash your car or your car just deals with weather over time. Next up, we're doing the engine cover. This really isn't too hard. I will say it was kind of fun doing this, but it is a very tedious thing, and it's the same thing. Prep it, lay it, and then come in at the end and apply heat and a little bit of squeegee, then bring it back over to the car and pop it right in. Then we're coming around to the steering wheel itself. This one does tend to be a little bit more on the tricky side because they are super small pieces. And also, when you're grabbing the pieces with your fingers itself, just make sure you iso wipe the tips of your fingers so that you don't have any oil or grease getting underneath the vinyl when you lay it down with your fingertips. But the same process here as well. And then finally, for the most important pieces of the puzzle, was the back and the front badges. It was a little windy out today, so I was having a little bit of a tough time, but nonetheless, as long as you take your time, meticulously lay it down, I found that starting with the inner center corner where the 90 degrees meets in the middle of the BMW logo makes it the easiest in every single scenario on all of these logos. So I'll just keep following that. And then the final piece of the puzzle was doing the front badge. And of course, like I said, it's the same process. Give it a good wipe, come in and meticulously lay those pieces of vinyl, come around, hit it with some heat and squeegee it, and you're done. I think each of these pieces looks so good on the car, and I love the BMW blue, but for me, I just wanted to go with that stormtrooper black and white look, like I said, and I think that's going to be the overall theme for this car as it evolves in its modification journey down the road. I might vinyl wrap it another color one day, but I'm a huge sucker for black and carbon accents, so no matter what I do, I know at least that's going to stay the same for the foreseeable future of this car. Now for my favorite part, we're going to show you how to vinyl wrap the radiator grill supports behind the grills inside of the bumper. We're going to remove this rubber trimming piece that's on top of your bumper that goes over the headlights. You really just pull it off, and then there's 6 T30 bolts hanging out underneath. And in the name of teardown, that's really all you need to do besides popping out the grills. The next part is a key step, and although it might scare you, I promise I did it on my car and it worked just fine. Just be careful when you do it on yours. When all the screws come off of the top of your bumper, you can slide it forward, and this allows for a nice little crack, just enough for realistically your forearm to fit down behind the grills, because there are clips that hold in the front grills that you will need to get your fingers to unclip to pull them out. Now I have pretty massive forearms thanks to all my years in the gym, so it was a little bit hard for me to get my arm down there, but I think for 95% of people you should be just fine. There's 3 clips along the top, 1 clip on each side, and then 2 clips along the bottom. I found it easiest to do the top first, then the sides, and then the bottom ones finally. And as long as you got your fingertips inside of the grill vents and you're pulling kind of as you're unclipping them, one by one they'll pop out, and then you'll get to the final clip and it'll come out super easily. I started on the driver's side taking out that grill first. And luckily, once you get one grill out, you can come to the next side and it gets so much easier. You can just stick your whole entire arm inside of there once you have the first one out and unclip the clips without actually squeezing your arm down that crack of your bumper. And it's the same for both sides. And that's when you can come in and actually see those supports extra well themselves. Since they're black, they're not particularly visible when you're just looking at the car in any given scenario, but with a little bit of accent color, they look really nice. So I recommend, just like all the badges, start off with a microfiber towel and some quick detail spray and absolutely scrub those as best as you can. And maybe even after a car wash, I did get my car washed today just because I knew I was doing all of this. It made the preparation cleaning a lot easier. As long as you hit both sides with that quick detail spray, which I then followed up by isopropyl alcohol wiping with another fresh microfiber, and you want to scrub until you see absolutely no schmutz on the towel itself. That's when you can pull out the vinyl that I told you about earlier, which is a 1x5 foot strip that I got off of Amazon. Any vinyl really works. Some people say that cast is better than calendared, but I think in this application, either will work just fine. I cut about a 4 to 5 inch strip in width since the roll itself is already a foot long, and that's exactly the length of the bracing, luckily. And then how I decided to go about putting it in is by peeling back like the first 2 inches of the backing of the vinyl itself, and then starting it at the top, lining it up as high as I could on the bar, and then rolling it down and slowly peeling, and also squeegeeing with my finger down the center of the support so that the vinyl started to tack itself on. And realistically, the rest from here on out is super simple and straightforward. I came in and hit it with a little bit of heat, folded down the top edge first, and cut it away. And then on the bottom, I made a couple of relief cuts because towards the bottom of the support, it does start to bend around and you will have to tuck the vinyl up into that corner. Relief cuts and a decent amount of heat will help. But then all you want to do is work it in with your fingers and cut away afterwards. And with enough fidgeting and a little bit of time, it will come out looking so good. Here's a quick look what it looked like with one done and one without. Now really you want to come around to the other side and just do the same thing, but mirrored. And like I said before, you have a decent amount of wiggle room when you're doing this, so you don't have to worry too much about messing it up. And you do have a 5 foot long piece of vinyl, so as many times as you need to get it done, you should be fine. Here's what it looks like with both of the pieces done, but no grills popped back in yet. And at this point, the rest is basically history. It's as straightforward as it goes. The grills pop back in, the 6 screws go back on the top of your bumper. And I will say something that you want to play around with is actually setting where the bumper is for the fitment lines in the front of your car. They are elongated holes so that you can adjust where your bumper lays under your hood. And I did realize that the first time that I actually screwed it back in, it wasn't perfectly even on both sides. There was a little bit more gap on the passenger side than the driver's side. So you want to just come in, close your hood, play around with it piece by piece until you get it perfectly fitted, and then come back in and throw that weather stripping on to finish it off, and you'll be set. Now between these two mods, I think it completely changes the look of the car, makes it feel a little more custom and personal, and it's really starting to look the way I want it to now. The total cost breakdown between the two, which I'll have in the link in the description below for you, came out to a total of right over $35. And I think with, you know, an hour or two of your own time, $35 and some fun on a Saturday, this is something that you got to do to your car if you want to do it. It's so cheap, it's fairly easy. You don't need a lot of tools or a lot of experience. You just need to be meticulous and treat your car with respect as you're going through the process. And as long as you do so, you'll have a pretty sweet looking BMW of whatever you have. Because of course I have my M2, but you could do this, like I said, I actually saw this on a 1M, I saw this on an M2, an M3, an M4, and a lot of people paint match them to the color that they have. Luckily my car was white, so getting the white vinyl was super easy, but it was a no-brainer at the end of the day. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section down below, and let me know what you think of how it looks on the car. I think it was a night and day difference, and although it's small and subtle, those are the kind of mods that I like the best because it's the small touches that make it yours. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let me know in the comments section down below if you have any questions, but make sure to stay tuned because we have many mods coming for the M2, and then tucked away in my garage back here is the Audi A4, and coming very soon, I will have a full mod list breakdown along with pricing and everything that I've done to this car to make it the way it is today sitting in this garage. Like always, I appreciate you guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.